Like any great team, somebody comes out of the bullpen and saves the game for you when things are looking rough. And we are blessed on this show to literally have the ace reliever, literally a pop culture god and icon who's everybody loves, and one of me and Scott's and Joe's dearest friends. Oh wait, you told me it's Brian O'Halloran. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian O'Halloran. Sorry, I'm mistaking him for somebody else. Hello, Mr. O'Halloran.
I was waiting for the trumpets to start so that I could come out properly as the closer that I am. Literally sitting on my couch with Rocky, my cat, right next to me, and watching a program on TV, and he's like, "Help!" And I'm like, I'm thinking something went like at the house went wrong. He's like, "A guest bailed on me." I was like, "Oh, okay, that's nothing new. That's happened before." Ari. I remembered that one. I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't the first time. Maybe the first time this season.
Wow, thanks. You're literally like salt on a wound, my friend. That's a nice metaphor, by the way.
I'm not. Hey, you gotta, to preserve things well, you use a lot of salt. Like a good bacala, as the Italians would say.
By the way, this gentleman who is just aces in my book and is beloved by my family, got my daughter for her birthday a statue of the Thinker. And it is absolutely beautiful. And it's so apropos for, it's like a giant wooden
weapon.
It's going to be great if anybody ever tries to mess with my daughter at college. She could bonk them on the head with it. And it won't break because it's like really a beautiful story. So he
think of as the many loves of Dobie Gillis.
He got her a giant statue of the Thinker, which is absolutely... and last night when she was thinking about what the meaning behind it was, she got her eyes welled up and she was really touched because she was so proud that you think that she's smart. So thank you very much, Mr. Howland. You're a good
I don't think that she's smart. Your daughter's extremely smart. And so, she didn't know who the Thinker was. I don't know what they're teaching these kids in school these days that you don't know one of the greatest work of art that's ever been in the world called The Thinker. But that aside, I was glad I was able to educate her on what The Thinker was. I'm glad that she took it the way I meant it, which is she's an incredibly thoughtful person and also a very highly educated, very deep individual that The Thinker would be appropriate to have on her desk at school, but also, once again, works as an amazing weapon.
No, absolutely, and that was very, very kind of you. And Mr. O'Halloran, I was just trying to grill Mr. Schiaffo. Everything Clerks 3, the movie we're on the cusp of it coming out for people to see. It's September 13th and 15th at theaters throughout the country, and you guys are touring, and I know that you're going to be heading out to California to see it at what was once Grumman's Chinese Theater. I don't know what they're calling it today, but I'm sure you could tell us. What's the
TCL Grauman's Theater. It's the very famous place everybody goes to there on Hollywood Boulevard. We did the Jay and Silent Bob reboot premiere there, and that was a fun time back in 2019. So they've gotten to know Kevin really well there at that theater. He's done a few events for them at that theater, so it was it's a no-brainer to have the actual premiere there. Now that is just the premiere that the distributor Lionsgate is putting out. There are the tickets for the Clerks tour, the Inconvenience, or this time the Convenience tour, where Kevin's going from city to city, touring it like a band, like we did with the Jay and Silent Bob reboot movie, where people will be able to go and see the movie, and then there's a Q&A. I think Kevin last time broke a record and may have gotten to 4 questions in one night. I'm going to have to check the books on that one. But some of us will be at those screenings as well. Those are a different ticket price. You can find those tickets at Clerks, the number 3.movie. But you could also go to that same website to find the Fathom event tickets, which is the 13th and the 15th, both 7 o'clock screenings, Tuesday and Thursday. Put in your zip code. It'll find you the one out of the 750 theaters that will be participating on those 2 dates in September.
And what I suspect, Brian, is that the Fathom events are going to all sell out quickly. So please, if you plan on attending, get your tickets.
And everybody buying and attending the Fathom events gets an exclusive poster like we did with the Jay and Silent Bob reboot screening. So you're definitely going to want to get that as well.
Is it the movie poster, Brian? Do you know? Is it the movie poster, or you don't know? It's a special poster?
Oh no, it's a special poster.
Wow. Speaking of
just like the Jay and Bob ones.
I just want to say, oh my gosh, when I saw that the Chewlie's placard is behind the boys in the poster, I mean, I welled up. I couldn't believe it. I felt like that is the coolest thing.
I'm so sorry. Totoro is in the movie. That's Totoro. He plays a different character. You think that's the Chewlie's Gum guy? I'm so sorry. It's actually Totoro. I'm kidding. Of course it's you. Yeah, of course we're going to have you in the movie, and not be on the posters. You bitch so much about the other poster you weren't on that we said, look, we don't want him bitching all the time. Got to put him on. Give him at least one poster. Okay, yeah, it won't be the main poster. It'll be something that we can hand out to kids for free. I don't know. No, of course you're on an awesome poster. It's I'm really happy with it.
I looked at the dates and everything, and I didn't see anything for Florida. JW saying now there's one in Orlando that just came out.
Yes, the thing about the tour dates, if you're thinking about, I want to see and have maybe one of my questions answered, every weekend we release more listings of cities. Don't worry. If you've seen any of the Jay and Silent Bob reboot tour roadshow dates, if it was in your city, then you're going to get it again. The same cities from the tour of reboot will get this as well. Plus, I believe they say an additional 15 cities. So don't worry. We just announced another 5, which I believe includes like Tampa and Orlando. The tickets haven't been put on sale as of yet, but the city has been announced.
Sweet. And I suspect, but I don't want to say this because I don't want it to affect the Fathom sales at all, because I'm 100% assured that they're going to sell out every showing that they have. But I suspect if they sell out like they do, there will be more showings added. But I guess none of us can confirm that at this point. So make sure
the Fathom events, I think it's literally just going to be those 2 dates. The only times that we'll probably add dates would be cities that are announced. If those cities shows of the tour sell out, they may add a matinee of that same day. That's what I'm hearing the skinny is about adding extra days beyond the planned cities that we already have blocked out. And so we'll be touring this until December. So the end of December, just like we did with Jay and Silent Bob reboot, which literally ended just before COVID started breaking out of China. So hopefully this time, like bubonic plague doesn't happen at the end of December. Don't quote me on that. I'm just saying.
Can you speak on? Is there a? Because this has been asked to me so many different ways. I'm trying to figure out the most way to say it. Obviously, Jay and Bob are going to be at every single one of those. Is there?
No. Kevin will be at every one of the.
Okay.
Right. Jay might be doing his tour of his comedy shows. Not all of us will be at every single date. A good bunch of us are definitely going to be at the Red Bank launch of the tour, because it's the launch of the tour, and it's Jersey, and it is what we do. It's that. So.
And CJ is going to be at that one.
Oh, which
right
one?
On, man. Good to see you.
Where's CJ going to be at? Which one?
The one in Red Bank.
Oh, sweet.
Right, which there's still I believe the evening show is sold out. We added a matinee, the 1 o'clock show, I believe it is. Tickets are still available for the Red Bank 1 o'clock show, which technically is the very first screening. So you could get in ahead of everybody for the 1:00 screening on the 4th of September. Get down to Red Bank. You'll be able to get a table to eat, because, sometimes Red Bank gets pretty busy.
What's really cool, Brian, is that CJ, who has a show on the network, as you probably know, is also a great indie filmmaker.
I believe it's Mondays, right?
Yeah, Monday, Manic Mondays, yeah. And what's great about that is he coming all the way from San Antonio, Texas to see you guys up in New Jersey.
Well, he's trying to get to cooler weather.
And apparently he loves the grass in New Jersey. I have no idea why.
Birthday bash.
Well, there's no grass in Texas. It's a land of tumbleweeds, son, and cactuses. So he's like, ooh, grass. It's like people coming up from Florida who've never seen snow. What is this? True story. I was at a convention. The convention company is based in Florida. They had a show up in Minnesota a couple of years ago in Minneapolis, and it snowed on the Sunday, I think it was, of the con. And literally staff members were like, where did everybody go? Like, they were out in the loading dock area of the convention center because they were like, I've never seen snow in real life. And it's weird because, like, these are people like in their 20s and stuff. We're like, really? You've never gone somewhere? No, never. And I was like, wow.
That's funny.
It's true.
So did you watch our beloved Mets today beat the Braves twice?
Yeah. It was phenomenal seeing Jacob deGrom throw, I think, one of the best games he's ever thrown in his life. And it's great to see him get the run support that, if you're a Mets fan, historically when Jacob was pitching the Mets, somehow the bats don't really start working. So this time everything was clicking, and it's good to see everybody who was acquired for the most part from the trade deadline is contributing kind of well.
No, absolutely. It looks like they actually built a team based on analytics that actually are smart and are working. CJ writes, that's Austin, Texas, Dave. I apologize because when you met me in San Antonio. For some bizarre reason, I thought you were San Antonio.
See, now that makes more sense. CJ comes to me as someone coming from Austin because Austin, I'm sorry to say this for the rest of Texas, Austin is the coolest city in Texas.
No, San Antonio is the coolest city. San Antonio is a million times cooler than Austin.
Yeah. It's a great place to eat, but there's so much more to do I believe, in Austin.
Okay.
JW is sending some kind of Morse code.
JW says 12 Ks and 5.2. Yeah, I mean, I'm always a little rough on DeGrom. In reality, he gave up 2 runs in 5 2/3 innings, which is a 3 ERA. He didn't give us much length, but it was a good game. So we won. That's all that really matters.
Thank God you're not managing.
Yes.
You're such a good pep talker.
Mark Clark had a 3 ERA, and we didn't pay him $30 million
Hey,
this
Scott.
season.
Yes.
Do you
Scott's
give a shit
looking
about
at-
this stuff?
I'm sorry.
Do you give a shit about this stuff?
Of course not.
Well, I'm a sports idiot. You could talk sports. I have no idea about anything about sports.
Why don't we talk about things that the fans come to see the show for?
Absolutely. Brian, tell us everything that you could possibly tell us about Clerks 3, because this is an amazing time for both of you guys. Clerks 1 and 2 are possibly one of the most beloved comic franchise films in history. You guys got Clerks 3 coming out. You guys have really worked really hard on getting Clerks 3 made. You two, and I'm just a guy saying this, I actually been out on the road with you guys, and I've never ever seen people who treat their fans with more kindness and respect. Joe, this will blow your mind. There are actually saps. I mean, there are actually people out there who walk up to Brian and are shaking and are crying because they're meeting Brian. And what?
Does he smell?
No, he doesn't smell. He doesn't.
Oh.
Listen, this is a phenomena that Dave doesn't understand or ever experiences, that there are fans who are very absolutely shaken that they get to meet you in person. When Dave, shows up for the opening of an envelope, it's like, oh, it's Dave again. But me, it's just like, oh my God. First they go to Scott, they go, you're still alive. And second is they come to me and they go like, wow, that guy who writes all the funny things for you, he's hilarious. What's his table at? Where's his table? Oh, that's kind of what we get.
He's lying through his teeth because he's beloved, and they're both very, very, very kind to their fans, and they both take their time with each and every one of them, and that's why people want to see you guys succeed, because you're so, you're wonderful with your fans, and you're wonderful in the community. And now Clerks 3, which I know has been in the rumor mill and has been in the works for probably close to 5 or 10 years now. Would that be a fair assessment, Bry?
About 7. It's been in the works for about 7. And the thing is, I still don't believe we've made this movie. I will know it once the final credit has rolled at the Chinese theater there for the premiere. And then I'll get up and I'll look at Diane and I'm like, all right, I think we made a movie. I'm honest to God, I'm sticking to that. Like it could be taken from us any minute. A meteor that we have not spotted may hit this planet any minute. Clerks 3 never gets out there.
No, Brian, you have to change that attitude, because you're going to look back when it's all said and done, and you're going to say, why didn't I enjoy this more? Enjoy this. This is your moment, bro.
I can enjoy it once it's out. Until it's out, I'm like, I still don't know if we've made this movie yet.
Okay.
Well, in all reality, too, the road was long. The road is long. It was a long, long road, man. Many iterations. And then once upon a time, it looked like it might not even really ever happen.
Correct. It definitely was a long and winding road. As the Clerks 3 may not even happen at all, but Dave really's crossing his fingers. Don't let it disappear. Buy your tickets now. Clerks3.movies where you can get all your merch. Maybe even hear the last of the song.
Now, where else are you going to get the Chewlie's Gum Guy playing piano and Dante singing Beatle tunes?
We're one guy short. We're one guy short of a wandering wannabe reunion. I mean, this is literally what we had going on here. It's pretty close. Pretty awesome.
No, I am really excited. The people who have seen the movie, there's about 200 to 300 of them out there from different test screenings, but also the Kevin Smith Movie Club winners who Kevin had a contest to have a screening for them. We've seen like about 6 or 7 of them come up to us at these various cities at the various cons and say how much they absolutely love the movie. And I'm not taking any quotes out of thin air. These people really genuinely enjoyed everybody's performances. Big shout outs to Rosario Dawson. She crushes it. Marilyn Gigliotti. You're going to see such amazing work out of Marilyn Gigliotti. This guy in which square? That square. Yeah. That square up there. He does an amazing job. There's a new, you're going to be calling him a new catchphrase with this.
Okay,
new
sweet.
It's going to be funny. I've already warned him. I'm like, start practicing writing this phrase on all your shots, because everybody's going to be running up to you, screaming that at you. So he knows what I'm talking about.
And it's the coolest. Like, it's most actors want to be able to parody this kind of thing. It was that kind of fun. It was really so good. I so blessed to have gotten that section.
Yeah. And all kidding aside, Scott, when me and Brian have spoken about Clerks, when we're just talking candidly to each other, he may not tell you this to your face, but he just did actually. But he was quite amazed with how wonderful your performance was, and was blown away.
Yeah, and it's not just me; it's everybody else who was behind the camera, in the scene, worked with you, and stuff like that. All the people really, really enjoyed. Everybody who came in from the original, especially, just blew the doors off of things. I mean, come on, it's almost 30 years since we first did the first one. We might have learned a tiny bit more about the craft since then. So it's fun. I can't wait for people to really see it. The tour, of conventions that will follow these. I'm sure the Q&As are going to be like heavily attended because people are like, what about the scene with the such and such? Or, oh my God, how did you got to do blah, 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 blah. So we're really excited. Jeff really carries the weight of this film, playing Randall. Trevor Furman, you know him, you love him from Clerks 2 as Elias. He's back in the most amazing transformation of Elias. You'll see there's hints of it in the trailer. We're joined by Austin Zager, who you may have known from Kevin Smith's Home and Stepson Lockdown, I believe it was, for TBS. That's it, Son-in-Law Lockdown. It was really he's really great in this as well, and so many cameos. I wanted to say who the cameos are, but some show up in the trailer, and then there are ones that you're gonna be like, oh my God, I thought you said you had no budget. That kind of thing.
No, that's fantastic. And CJ has the greatest line for tonight's show. Dante wasn't even supposed to be here tonight. Zing.
Nope. Absolutely. Absolutely, CJ. You're absolutely right. I think that's why he texts me. He messages me like, I'm stuck, help. And because I have to come on here and say, folks, I'm here again, even though I'm not even supposed to be here today.
That's exactly why I do it.
And that's if you get to the phone lines now and be the 8th caller right now to win 2 tickets. He said the phrase that pays.
The phrase that pays.
Yeah, those are New York City Z100 fans know that one.
From the top of the Empire State Building, yes.
That's right.
Yes. Scott Shannon and was it Ross Britton, Brian? Were those the original guys?
I think so.
Of the Z Morning Zoo, Scott Shannon and Ross Britton. Wow. So, September 13th and 15th, am I correct?
Yeah, those are the Fathom events. That's that's 750 screens across the country. Go to Clerks, the number 3.movie. You'll see Get Your Tickets Now tab, and then you enter in your zip code, and it'll give you the local theaters. Matter of fact, just for Dave and I up in our little, you think there's nothing near us. There's actually 3 theaters all within 40 minutes of us showing this movie as well. So you can get your tickets now for those. Once again, just 7 o'clock screenings here on the East Coast. I don't know what they're doing on the West Coast, but you'll get an exclusive poster, and you'll also be able to say, I saw it. So please support that. And here's the thing, right, is not only is that happening, but what does that do? We are going, Brian, all right, I'm going to be suckered into buying, these tickets for your show. What else am I getting out of this? Here's what else you're going to get out of this. Because if this does well theatrically on those 2 dates, or if you especially go to the tour and see the tour with the live Q&A afterwards at the various cities, the money that is made off the tour and off these Fathom events will then fund what I think is on Kevin's next slate is a Mallrats 2. And then there's also producers thinking about rebooting the Clerks cartoon. So it's all about a showing. Like if it shows and makes a good thing, then we can continue with the funny stuff or funny to us at least stuff. Mallrats 2 and a Clerks cartoon.
That's
so get
really
out there.
Funny that you mentioned that, because we were talking to Jeremy London about 2 weeks ago, I think, on Brandon's show. And we were talking about if there's ever going to be a Mallrats 2. And Jason's like, you guys want to see a bunch of old guys hanging out at the mall? I'm like, well, yeah, that's kind of like the in thing now. The old people speed walk in the air conditioned. Okay,
but it's also it's a funnier testament to where malls are in today's economy, and I think Kevin has put together a very funny script as to what the people who are in Mallrats, where would they be today? What would their kids be doing? Because I think in the beginning he was calling the the temporary name for the thing was going to be called Mall Brats, where it was like the kids of these folks from the original. But I don't think that's it anymore. So I'm anxious to do it. I'll do whatever he wants, to be honest with you. Kevin is such a funny, hilarious writer that if he said, "Hey, Brian, I need you to be on the 42nd, Times Square kind of train platform to shoot something," I'm like, "I'm there. What are we doing? I want you to play these bucket of drums." I'm like, "I'm doing it." Whatever it is, it's going to be funny because I enjoy Kevin's work.
And Brian, where can people find information about the special screenings that you guys are going to be at?
Same thing. Clerks, the number 3.
Okay.
.movie has both the Fathom event tickets, and then if you scroll down, you'll literally see all the cities that are listed. The latest 5 cities that were listed, I don't think the tickets are on sale at this moment. They should be probably by tomorrow. I think the tickets may be going on sale. And after every weekend, I've been told, we add about 4 to 5 new cities.
Sweet. CJ Robles asks, Brian, what does the VIP experience come with for those fans that are on the fence whether or not to purchase the perk?
I believe the VIP comes with, you get to the theater, you're getting the poster, you're getting a poster, you're getting a meet and greet with Kevin and anyone else who's with Kevin for that screening, and then a photo op.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome. You get to, that was really cool.
Now, on the website, does it say who's going to be at each individual one or no?
No, that information is going to be surprised. But I guarantee you Kevin will be at all of them. I'm probably doing more of the East Coast dates. Jeff and Trevor and Maryland and such will probably do more of the West Coast dates. And then I think we thumb wrestle for the Midwest.
So do you know if you're coming down to Florida or not?
Once those tickets goes on sale, I will find out because I have friends that I stay with in Orlando. So the Orlando date is pretty easy. And Tampa even, Tampa's just a 2-hour drive. So I don't see why not at this moment, as long as it doesn't interfere with a already pre-scheduled Comic-Con. That's the only thing that happens is if that, we have contracts with that. If that happens, we have to go the Comic-Con route.
And our dear friend Emmett Garnham from Haven for Heroes says, I'll have to go 5 times at least. And
Perfect. Listen, and it's going to be in September, especially up here in the Northeast. Bring some homeless people with you off the streets. They'll get them a bucket of popcorn, pay for their... It's a nice thing. They don't get to go to movies, really. So have them sit for an hour and 130 minutes, whatever it is, 115 minutes to watch a great movie. They'll be like, who are these fucking guys? And then be like, this popcorn is stale. I'm not leaving. I'm now sleeping here. It's my impersonation of what homeless people are, and it's a horrible thing.
It's a write-off.
It's a write-off. There you go.
Waynesboro, come down here, guys.
Well, I am very, 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 very glad that you're sharing these details, because I made a little silly video to just tell people to go to that website, because I don't have any of the people asking me who's going to be at what shows and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that I don't know yet. And we really haven't nailed down that schedule yet. Yeah. I know I want to do quite a few of the cities, just because, how many times are you going to hear Kevin speak? Come on. I'm just kidding. I kid. But yeah, I'd like to see what people's reactions are, and at the Comic-Cons, I've told people, like, go see the movie, and then we'll come back to the next show I'm at and tell me how you liked it. By the way, no refunds.
I missed this comment earlier, CJ, saying, it's been too long. What's up, O'Halloran? Love the accent you gave Barry on Our Own.
Ah, yes. The great guys over at Ernie O'Donnell and those guys did a sitcom called On Our Own. I was on the show from the airport. I did my few minutes I could on that. And I was glad that Ernie reached out to say that he wanted me to be a part of it. I've always been busting people in an Irish accent from time to time. And so Ernie's like, I want to utilize that for something someday. And they were able to put me into it. And the great Scott Schiaffo as well is in the episode, episode 3, I think, or 4. Very funny episode. 5, excuse me, episode 5. So I'm glad that he was able to be a part of it, and we're hoping, to do a second season. I think 6 is a good number for a season for something like this. So we need you to get out there and see it, people. Go to your Amazon Prime Video account and rent it if you like. If you rent the whole season, it's cheaper. And then hopefully we get a little Skrilla to make a second season, if you like what you see.
Yeah, it's absolutely hysterical, Brian. It's a very, very funny show.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. O'Halloran, as always, you came through in the clutch. You're a good egg, Mr. O'Halloran.
Hey, you're lucky you caught me home this weekend. Normally I'm not home on the weekends.
There's cats. Are you kidding? There's cats all over the place, man.
Yes, I'll be doing upcoming shows. Will be next week. This coming weekend rather. I'll be doing Fan Expo Boston. Let's see if I can find the.
By the way, there are going to be 3 buffoons that you are very familiar with in Boston this weekend. If you want to leave tickets at the front gate for me.
Who are the buffoons? You're gonna have to message me who these buffoons are.
Well, you're looking at one, and I'm sure you could figure out who the other 2 are.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Thanks for the warning. I'll be at the
cannoli time.
Boston, August 12th through the 14th. Myself, Jeff Anderson, Trevor Furman, and Jay and Silent Bob themselves, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. Kevin is only there on the Saturday. The rest of us will be there for the whole weekend.
And CJ is saying that it's only $8 for the entire season of On Our Own on Amazon. So it's definitely.
So there you go. It's the price of one. It's the price of just one show.
Nope, that's absolutely fantastic.
And so then after that, I go to Colorado Springs for Colorado Springs Comic-Con. And then from there, I literally fly to L.A. for the premiere of Clerks. And then literally from L.A., I fly to Toronto for Fan Expo Canada in Toronto. So go to my Instagram or go to my Twitter or Facebook at any of these addresses. There'll be links to those shows there.
Awesome.
Yes.
And I've been dying to say this on my show for years now, but congratulations, guys. Clerks 3 looks fantastic. Everybody's super, super excited about it. The buzz on the viral buzz and is through the roof, and I couldn't be prouder of both of you for making a film that's probably going to stand toe to toe with the previous 2 and make us laugh, maybe even make us cry, make us just have a wonderful time at the theater. So thank you, both of you, for being the guys you are.
Thank you, man. And remember, no refunds.
No.
And JW saying, thanks for Clerks news, and really hope Joe and I can buy you a drink or many drinks at the Orlando show.
Sounds like a plan.
JW and Joe, I will tell you to make sure that you take out a second mortgage if you're meeting
I was
Mr.
curious
O'Halloran.
why he's spending my money. I don't understand.
The trailer alone makes me happy as a fan. I can't wait, CJ says. So,
yeah, the trailer that the people at Lionsgate put together, absolutely fantastic. One of the best trailers I've seen encapsulate a movie so well. We actually got to meet the guy who actually put that trailer together out at San Diego Comic-Con, and just talking to him, you can tell the people at Lionsgate really love the film and really get it too. The marketing team there, very young team, young compared to me. I'm not saying they're young like we're teenagers. No, very amazing professionals who handled us beautifully out at San Diego when we were promoting with Marilyn and Jeff and Trevor and Jay and Kevin, of course. It was a lot of fun. So big kudos to the folks at Lionsgate. I think we're in very capable hands.
well, let's be honest, Brian. Moses' team is young compared to you, but
True.
that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that trailer really does kick ass, man. That trailer
Yeah.
blew my head. I saw a cut. I mean, I'm sure it's changed since we saw it last fall. I got to see it in Rhode Island,
Mhm.
but I was just floored by the trailer.
Yeah. They really did a great job with the trailer, and I think folks will really be like, wow, when they see the film, and be like, oh my God, they did a great job with that trailer because of all this special stuff they didn't show and spoil. And so I think that's going to be the best thing about it, is like people are going to be like, holy crap, this was such an amazing movie.
Does that song that he chose to use in the trailer have any connection to like the storytelling in the film?
I'm not going to spoil it at all.
Right.
I know at San Diego he did show the very first 5 minutes of the movie, the entire 5 minutes of the movie, and people went bananas with it. It's pretty much just a music video. The first 5 minutes with the good boys giving us the Black Parade soundtrack song to the soundtrack, just lays out the whole first 5 minutes of the film brilliantly.
Unbelievable, and the movie's a shade under 2 hours, so fans are not going to feel gypped. It's a full length film. They're going to get, and I couldn't be more excited for you guys, as you know.
And to be honest with you, there's some scenes I wish he had kept longer in it when I first saw the first cut of it. So I know the deleted scene section is going to be hilarious as well.
No, I mean, it's something to look forward to when it comes out on physical media, is to see all the behind the scenes stuff and stuff that you guys throw on a disc.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing Kevin always loves to do, is because our fans are physical media, collectors. So we're definitely doing a pretty intensive Blu-ray, DVD kind of packaging and release.
Absolutely. Well, seeing that it's literally family on the screen, we're not going to let anybody send off tonight. We're just all going to sign off together. Brian, is there anything that you want to tell the folks before we sign off, where to find anything or anything that we didn't hit on?
No, I think I covered it all. If you want more information, any of these addresses above here. I want to thank you for reaching out to me tonight to talk briefly about it. But also, thanks for catching me, like I said, on a weekend that I'm not away. And thank you, folks who have come out to the shows I've already been to these past couple of months and the ones that I will be going to in the next couple of months. I look forward to meeting you guys in the certain theaters for the tour. I look forward to hearing your reactions. I look forward to hearing about your comments, and I embrace it all. So, spread the word if you can. That's all I ask. Spread the word to go see the movies in theaters, because then that triggers a whole bunch of other great stuff that we can work on.
I got a quick question for Brian, if I may. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. So when you're in Red Bank, any possibility of an O'Halloran live at the Smodcastle?
Not for when the tour dates go. No, because we'll be busy that whole night with the two shows that night. But Kevin just made an announcement this week. He's actually buying the theater, the 3-screen theater, the Atlantic Cinema, or also known as the Atlantic Movie House there in Atlantic Highlands on First Avenue. And he'll be turning one of the 3 theaters into a broadcast podcasting space with an audience that could seat about 200 people. So the castle I think will still be there for smaller type of stuff, but he's gone a little bit bigger to turn it into a broadcast area for podcasts and streamcasts. But also he's talking about opening up hopefully a film school, and he's already commented on his Instagram post about it that he wants me to teach there. So if he's Dean Smith, I'll be Professor O'Halloran.
Brian, that's the theater that we were just in recently.
Correct.
Wow,
Correct.
That's so awesome. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know, before we go, I wanted to embarrass this cat, but I feel like I'm gonna get emotional. I better not.
Come on, what's up?
No, this guy has been so good to me over the years on the road. Brian's been a great friend. He's like the older brother. I'm older, but he's like the older brother. He's helped me out on the road. And on the set of Clerks 3, it was pretty bombastic. I was a little taken aback just how big the whole thing was. And as soon as he saw me, he just welcomed me into his trailer, which was like 3 of my trailers. And he just said, come back, come here, kick in, relax, eat, take a load off. So the guy's just, whatever you might hear, I don't know. He's a wonderful, wonderful dude.
Someday you must introduce me to him.
Scott, anything I can do, I try to help anyone, just like I would expect someone to try to welcome me into their world as well. So, together we always have a blast. I know once the movie hits, we're going to be having you on the road even more. So be expecting that, because a lot of the promoters right now don't know how much of a part you are in the new one. So I know once the new one hits, people will be like, "Oh, I want the Chewlie Scum guy back. Oh my God, he did such an amazing job with this." So I think it's going to be kind of funny once we get this out. Once it's been birthed, so to speak, and the baby's out there, the shower gifts will come, as they say. But thank you. I appreciate that. I love you. I love hanging out with you, especially on the road. It's always a blast. There's always some sort of crazy story that comes out of it.
Always, always, man. It's been the joy. It's been the joy of my last, professionally, it's been the joy of the last 15, 20 years for me. It really has.
Right on, man. Same here.
Well, I want to thank Brian for bailing me out. You're an awesome friend. I say it all the time. I like to kid with you. We like to throw some shade on each other, but I'm always in the foxhole with you, brother. So thank you so much for coming on. Thank you, Mr. Schiaffo, for being my co-host and my dear friend. I'm super proud of Clerks 3 and everything both of you gentlemen have done on. Joe Ridgely, I don't even know why you're here. You make me somewhat nauseous, but I guess somebody has to work the board.
Come accustomed to it.
Joe, I love you, pal. I'm just teasing. With that being said, we will be back next Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern with a huge sci-fi star that really bugs me. If it's kind of a clue. Next Sunday, 10 p.m., we have a huge sci-fi star. Everybody check out Clerks 3. It's going to be the film event of the fall, and it's these guys are responsible for just a wonderful, wonderful film, and I can't wait to see it. Brian said he would see it with me. How cool is that? I don't believe him, but at least he said it.
We need ushers.
And September 13th and 15th is the Fathom events. Go on Clerks' website to find out about the other events. I want to thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back next Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern. And remember, no man is a failure who has friends. Good night, everybody.